Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I was a little late getting to this video today. Have been on the phone. Everybody seems to be excited about the market taking off. And what I wanted to do at the beginning of this video is I wanted to take, we've got a lot of people that are going to be coming into the market. So I want to make some of you that are newer aware of how this game works and where you can go to find out about what the market's doing and all of that. But first, I wanted to let everybody know that CNBC finally, in a small way, decided to weigh in and actually cover what is happening in the market. So they put this article out today. Bitcoin jumps above $10,000 for the first time since June. So now, I guess the 10K number gave them too much. They just could not cover it any longer. They, as I said before, they did not cover when the comptroller of the currency announced that banks can now custody cryptocurrencies. They decided to completely ignore that, but they couldn't ignore this price. Okay, now I want to show those of you who do not, who have never been involved in this and are just now getting in. Wanted to show you this website. It's one of the cooler websites. It's called Fiat Leak. You can go to fiatleak.com and you can watch this, and then you can go down, scroll down this list and choose different digital currencies to look at. Of course, you're looking right now at XRP. You can see that Japan and Korea are waking up on this part of the world. In past bull runs, a lot of stuff has happened out of those areas of the country. You can see it is literally flooding in the United States. Look, XRP is up 5%. That's changed. And here's another thing I want to let you know about Fiat Leak. Fiat Leak tends to lead coin market cap. So like coin market cap, if you look right now, normally, and you can see there's been billions come into the market today. Normally, see, when this is XRP's up 4.61%, normally Fiat Leak is the leading indicator, so it's up higher. So that means that eventually there's going to be a higher number here. This is what I've seen just from experience. You can see Bitcoin is about to cross 11,000, up 9.63%. Folks, it could be happening, and we're seeing some indications of that. But first, let me complete a couple of thoughts. Remember, XRP is at 22.5 cents. I want to show those of you who were not here, I was here, December 6th of 2017, you can see around there in the 7th, XRP was at 22, 23 cents right in that time. I want to show you just how fast all of this can happen for those of you that have just arrived. Watch what happened from December 6th into January. Look at these numbers. We jumped up into the 40 cents, 86 cents, 75 cents, and then it went on into the $1, $2, $3, went as high as $3.38. This is how fast that is January 7th. So from December 7th to January 7th, in 1 month, you saw how crazy this all got. And we've been in a bear market for 3 years now, folks. And the foundation for this new financial system has been being laid right before our eyes. We've been talking about it here for over 2 years, and we could be here right now. How could you be any closer than the government, the U.S. government, telling you that banks are now going to custody digital assets? That's what triggered all this. Now, I also want to show some of you this. Welcome to crypto, folks, because these are the types of returns that you can see in crypto. This isn't your stock market anymore. This is the 7-day returns on some of these. Look at this. Bitcoin 17, Ethereum 36%, XRP 15, 20% Bitcoin Cash. Look at the 30-day return. Ethereum 45%. And then look at the quarter. Bitcoin 38%, 63% for Ethereum. Look down here, 10% Bitcoin Cash, 200% for Cardano, 185% for Crypto.com. This doesn't happen in your father's stock market, folks. This is game on, and we haven't even gotten started yet, because I want to remind you of one other thing. We're at 319 billion right now. This market got to as high as around 850 billion 3 years ago when we had the run up. And that was with like 1/100th of the progress that has happened since then, folks. It is a new game. Now, even CoinDesk, which is the #1 publication in blockchain, says market wrap bull run. We need to stay over 10,500. So I would probably want to see a sharp interest in demand above that and to stay over it for more than 24 hours to see if the bullishness has legs, says analysts. I guess this is one of their analysts. Barry Silbert, who runs the digital currency group, which owns CoinDesk, and the digital currency group also owns Coinbase, parts of Coinbase and Ripple. He says, great work, team. All eyes now on 13,900. And he's retweeting his earlier tweet, all eyes on 10,500. How about them apples, folks? Now look, this is from Freaky. Is that how you say that? Anyway, well, as I said, this was a failed post. These are always funny to look at when things like this are going on. This is someone who had replied to Barry Silbert to his tweet the other day. We know Bitcoin will not go over 10,500 in 2020. Screenshot this. So someone did. Unfortunately, that person was badly wrong, or fortunately, they were wrong. And then I tweeted this out, billions in new money. This is the first time we've seen a lot of new money flowing into this market for quite some time, folks. And then somebody replied, and this is, for those of you that have been around, this happens every time. Something must be going on because Coinbase isn't working. Pathetic. Coinbase tends to crash every time there's even a hint of a bull run. Well, I went to Coinbase, and let me refresh this and see, but I'm not going to go do all that again. But anyway, Coinbase is up as far as I can tell when I checked. All right, now I wanted to show you this. I was doing some further research. I was talking to you on this channel about State Street, the huge custody companies, because along with this announcement about banks being allowed to custody, we have to have real custody solutions. The largest custody companies in the world are BNY Mellon, JP Morgan, Northern Trust, and State Street. These are the big boys of traditional finance. In other words, you buy a stock, then once you buy your stock, you don't worry about the stock certificate. These are the companies that have traditionally held those stocks in custody. Well, you couldn't have a digital asset space unless you solved the custody problem. It wasn't going to happen with us all being scared about a hacker stealing our digital assets. So these custody companies have been working behind the scenes for 3 years, folks, and this is one of them. State Street is who this guy, his name is Michael Curtoni or something like that. But I wanted to show you that his focus is on new product development for digital asset-based products across a number of platforms, mainly Ethereum, Corda, Hyperledger Fabric, and we've shown you 1,000 times. I'll show you again. We've shown you this. When you hear those words, Hyperledger Fabric and all those different things, actually, I'm not going to pull it up, but suffice it to say, I've shown you the chart 1,000 times on here, and it shows the Interledger Protocol and Hyperledger Fabric and Corda and Ethereum Alliance and all of that. It's all Hyperledger and it's all connected together. All of these things are going to be interoperable. But this is the guy that runs all of this for State Street. And I found a little interview with him. This is what he says. See if there's any words you recognize in this.
And is good for that use case or not.
So, as a player in the financial services industry, what is State Street's take on blockchain, and what kind of projects is it embarking on at the moment?
Right, so we have these two streams we discussed. So we have some work that we're doing internally with our DLT team on on private blockchain side. We're using Hyperledger Fabric to really look at how settlement and how the transaction data is established and centered around within the organization from a custody perspective. So we're doing a lot of work. We have a bunch of engineers working on it. Then we're looking at what new products blockchain will enable, not only from private side, but also where the consortium of banks, what's coming out of it, what is the public blockchain space or the crypto space that will and is interacting with the banking system will bring to the table new ways of raising money. ICO worldwide, new ways of doing securities lending. Well, ICO is a bad term, but made us think. Securities lending, I can run, and we'll talk about it later, I think, new ways of restructuring and therefore fractionalize assets to make it more available and increase liquidity.
You mean like Uphold's doing?
For example, you can tokenize real estate and then you can fractionalize in bit, so that I can own a quarter of a Picasso, or that's not real estate.
Who's been talking about this for 2 years?
So these are the things we're looking at, and from our perspective in digital.
Folks, it's all the money, everything, all of the assets that you have grown up knowing, whether it's real estate, art, antique cars, everything is going to be made liquid. It's going to be tokenized. And that's why all of these traditional custody companies behind the scenes have been setting themselves up to be able to custody digital assets, because all of the money is going to be tokenized. All of the assets across the world, I don't care what it is, you name the asset, gold, art, stocks, bonds, everything is going to be tokenized. And XRP is going to be one of the major bridges between all of it. Write it down. Now, look at this. Chris Giancarlo, who heads the Digital Dollar Project, he says, that's what I'm saying. CoinDesk tweeted this out. A director at the IMF has spoken of value the private sector could bring to central bank digital currencies should they be adopted by nations. You think when you think about the private sector and the IMF, what you need to think about, remember when PolySign, we showed you a video just a day or two ago, Mickey B. Fresh put it out, that PolySign had gone and presented to the IMF. We've seen countless videos and pictures where Ripple had presented and was in the room with the IMF. Has your the digital asset that you're into, can you say that for that digital asset? I bet you can't. Bet you can't. XRP is the one. XRP has always been the one. Okay. And by the way, Chris Giancarlo works for a law firm that does represent Ripple. Now, Ripple tweeted this out today. Learn more about UBRI's efforts to establish blockchain anonymity with critical new research initiatives. You can go and check that out. I'm not going into it. And I'm going to finish with this. Gold Telegraph. We are in the early stages of one of the greatest wealth transfers of all time. Countries and the 1% are buying gold while dumping debt bonds. While the central banks print money to buy this debt to suppress the curve, everyone else are desperately chasing yield via equities. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Tell your friends and family that we're in the early stages of one of the greatest wealth transfers of all time. Thank you for listening.